Everyone thinks Kim Kardashian is this glamorous influencer, emotional, image obsessed, maybe even superficial.
But when you actually study her, the strategy, the discipline, the structure behind every move, a very different pattern appears.
So, which is it then? The emotional icon or the cold strategist?
Let's investigate. As always, let's have a look at what came out from our review of footage and interviews.
From that, we start with a neutral personality read. No MBTI labels yet, just a clean first impression to work with.
Let's break it down, function by function, to see what truly fits.
Applying that process to Kim, here's what we find. She has an acute understanding of branding and public perception. Every appearance, social media post, or business move is carefully crafted to maintain her public image. She's extremely strategic about controlling narratives and leveraging media attention to her advantage.
So that's NI, introverted intuition. It's a strategic long-range understanding of perception and narrative, not just social awareness or emotional intelligence. NI focuses on crafting and maintaining a cohesive image over time, anticipating how actions will shape public perception and steering that perception on purpose. It's about controlling the story, not just reacting to people's feelings.
But she's good at branding and she's hyper aware of aesthetics, timing, and trends in the moment. She just instinctively knows what will grab attention and look good. Isn't this extroverted sensing?
Well, this is a bit misleading because, SE is about real-time sensory awareness and impact. It excels at execution, so perfect lighting, presence, pretty much at the moment, not at narrative control or strategic perception management. So when the original statement, it says about careful crafting, long-term image creation, and leveraging media narratives. All of those points to NI's abstract foresight, not SE in the moment responsiveness. SE will support a branding strategy visually and tactically, but it doesn't create or shape the overarching narrative. So it's clear that she uses SE to polish and execute, but the core behavior described isn't SE led.
So if we are seeing this level of long-term narrative control, NI has to be leading the stack. Any type without NI in the top two functions can be ruled out. We are left with just four possibilities, the NI-led types, ENTJ, INTJ, ENFJ, and INFJ. But vision alone doesn't build empires. Something else is powering the drive behind it. She consistently pushes into new industries, reality TV, fashion, beauty, fragrances, shapewear, and even law. She's persistent, opportunistic, and unafraid to pivot her personal brand into business ventures.
What this means is she has drive, calculated ambition, and decisive execution. All points to TE. It's not just ambition and see how it goes, but ambition that's structured and results orientated, expanding into multiple industries, managing operations, and converting ideas into ventures. So when you hear the word persistent, calculated, opportunistic, it describes someone who measures outcome, strategizes practically, and treats ventures like systems to optimize. That's a TE energy.
Help me understand, how is she not SE? She's ambitious and entrepreneurial because she's bold, opportunistic, and dives into new experiences. That's SE risk taking, isn't it?
Okay, so that's pretty much service level, and here's why it's wrong. For SE, it acts impulsively, chasing stimulation or novelty in the moment. It's about responding to immediate opportunities, not calculating moves across industry. So when you see the words like deliberate, strategic, ambition, that shows persistent, structured, and control, which all points to TE's domain, not SE. SE is all about actions for the experience, while TE takes action for the objective result. So while SE might flavor her willingness to pivot or stay visible, the driving power behind this is all points to systemic, goal-oriented expansion, which shows TE, not SE.
She thrives on visibility and doesn't shy away from controversy if it benefits her narrative. However, she uses attention strategically rather than recklessly, turning viral moments into profitable opportunities.
From what everyone knows of Kim Kardashian, she really likes visibility. That's SE's comfort in the spotlight. It's natural draw to stimulation and real-time engagement with the external world. SE really craves direct experience and isn't afraid of bold exposure. But it's really tactical SE. She's aware of timing, presentation, and how to leverage moments for the maximum impact. That's SE in service of higher function. Pretty much like NI or TE. It's boldness paired with control.
She craves attention because she seeks social approval, thrives on validation, and knows how to emotionally connect with the public. That's FE driven popularity.
Here's why that doesn't hold up. FE seeks harmony and approval, not about excitement and an exposure. It really tries to avoid controversy if it risks social disapproval, whereas Kim really embraces it when it benefits her. Another point is FE reads emotional cues to maintain relationship and cohesion. SE reads the visual and social environment to exploit timing and shock value. So when she turns viral moments into those profitable opportunities, it isn't about emotional connection. It's about presence, performance, and leverage, all SE traits. So while FE would manage how she's perceived emotionally, the behavior described her seeking and weaponizing attention strategically is really SE, not FE.
A major part of her persona revolves around loyalty to her family. She often emphasizes close family ties and has built much of her fame in collaboration with them, showing a protective and united front. Alright, let me get this one. I think I got it. This is clearly SI and FE. SI values continuity, tradition, and long-term bonds. It grounds identity in familiar people, shared history, and stability over time. Loyalty and family orientation comes naturally to SI because it prioritizes duty, consistency, and preserving what's proven and meaningful. FE centers on relationships, belonging, and group cohesion. It seeks harmony and emotional unity within the social circle, in this case, her family.
Well, nice try. The SIFE reading assumes genuine attachment. She stays family focused out of emotional harmony or devotion to duty. But her behavior can instead reflect NI plus TE, a really calculated branding strategy rather than heartfelt commitment. And let me tell you why. The family image is a controlled narrative in enforcing a recognizable, trustworthy brand, the Kardashian. Collaborating with family keeps the spotlight centralized and collective visibility. That's TE efficiency play, not purely sentimental loyalty. And maintaining a protective, united front, it serves the long-term brand story, NI. It shields the business empire from instability.
Well, based on that, we can reasonably rule out ENFJ and INFJ. So the real question becomes, is she ENTJ or INTJ?
Okay, so let's look at the trait focus. For ENTJ, that's outward execution. For INTJ, that's internal vision. So which fits? ENTJ. Next trait, energy. ENTJ shows assertive, organized, managing systems. For INTJ, is strategic, conceptual, self-contained. Which fits? ENTJ. Motivation. ENTJ's is efficiency, output, leadership. For INTJ, is accuracy, understanding, long-term design. Also ENTJ. And for last trait, expression. For ENTJ, is public and commanding. For INTJ, is reserved and behind the scenes. Which fits? ENTJ.
Who should we analyze next?